All righty, we will get started today. We have a number of people that I guess either they're going to be joining late or they'll just hear the recording. And if you hear my voice crack today, I just have a bad sore throat. So yeah, so I do apologize about that. Um,
No.
but I think I feel like I always start the calls the same way. We have a lot to share, and we do want to make good use of everybody's time. But I'm excited. We've made a lot of progress, and the whole idea is we want to make sure that we have all pretty much all the tools that the sales team needs, and because there's a lot of we need to have our distinctions. We've talked about that, and we have to have value not just for our customers but also for the team. So that's what my time goes in building tools and just working in the behind the scenes. So I'm going to share a few things, and I just want to start off with that, and then I'm going to pass it on. I'm excited. We'll be introducing a couple of new people that are part of the team in a little while. But I do want to encourage everybody. We are sharing so much information, and I am finding out that not everybody is checking into their emails, and we do encourage you. 1 second. We do encourage you to check your emails because that is one way that we share information. Now, if anybody has any problems checking their emails, maybe you don't have your password, please reach out to me. I'll text it to you, and I'll give you all the instructions so that you're able to share, get the information that comes out. Any questions on that? Does everybody have access to their emails? Everybody? Okay, good. The other thing, this is just something we've discussed a few times. 1 second, we have. All right. I should have given it a couple of more minutes. Seems like everybody's joining now.
Well, real quick, Adam, on the email,
Yes.
I still need to know. I still need to learn how to get my email.
Okay, I will send you. You have to. It's a site that I know's website.
Okay.
So you just want to save it under favorites, and I'll send it to you. In fact, I think the very first, and this is for everybody, the very first email goes to everybody's personal email, and it has the link where you can check your.
Okay. Okay.
It's
So yeah,
all
I
right.
have the I know's website, the work email, I know AP dot. I have that written down here from notes from our first meeting.
Okay.
I
Yes,
need
Renee,
to.
I will send you the link, Renee, for that. Now, if a lot of people, and I know I've spoken to a few people where, let me mute. I'm sorry. We could have everybody mute. Unless you're, no, if you have background noise. Whose iPhone, if you could just put your name and I will send you your login information, whoever iPhone is, the 292 number. Okay. And
hey, Adam, I'll need access as well. I did receive something from you. It's in the title. It says Dana email is listed, but there's no link in there.
yeah, I'm sending a whole package to you tomorrow where you'll have
Okay,
quite
perfect.
a bit of stuff. Yes.
Perfect, okay.
Yeah. And now for some people, they don't like having multiple emails where you go to. So if you prefer to use your personal email, whatever it is, we can forward your business emails to whatever preferred email you have. The whole idea is that when you reach out to clients, it just seems more professional when it comes from a corporate account instead of from Gmail or Yahoo or whatever it might be. So, but if your preference, here we have more people. Wow, everybody's joining. Well, all right. So, but I think everybody's heard that part. So if you want your emails to be forwarded to a personal email, just let me know and I can do that. Okay. So just, so whatever works for you, we want to make sure that we set it up that way. Another quick reminder, we do have more people that are using the intake form. And if you have any questions on that, also go ahead and reach out to me. In fact, just so I think everybody knows how to get to the intake form, sales portal, intake form. The password's the same for everybody. SEP 2023, SEP stands for Solar Injury Plus 2023. I'm not going to go over it, but it is important that everybody use this process when they're submitting they want to quote a proposal, whatever type of proposal, whether it's commercial, whether it's going to be residential, lease purchase, whatever it is, go ahead and use this. And I know some people, they will send a text or they will send an email, but it's very important that we follow the process. And part of it is for pipeline management. We want to make sure that we keep track if anything is not going through the process or there's a snag. If we may not even have the information if you went through a different avenue. So we encourage everybody. In fact, we do need everybody to do the intake form. Also, the other reason that it's very important is because this is where you put your commission. So at the very bottom, I think nobody's doing this for fun, right? We all want to get paid. So right here, you put your commission, whether you want to make 90 cents margin or if you want to make a set dollar amount. You plug it in right there. That way, when a proposal is being made, we have that. So this just is a paper trail, and it's for pipeline management and it's for commission. So again, it's very important that we do this. The other thing, and this is very important, I'm excited with the progress that we've made. We are growing, and our goal is to really our goal is to really be a company that one has name recognition, because we're a good company, not just for our customers, but also for the people that choose to partner with Solar Energy Plus. And so we need to build a process that's scalable. And what that means is there's a lot of companies that they do well with us, they can manage 15 deals. But then if they get 20, they fall apart because they're not scalable. They have not built the processes that require them to be able to multiply, to duplicate. So this is part of the process where we're trying to, as a company, where we can be scalable. And there's a number of parts of that. As an individual, same thing. When you have processes, it helps you. There's some people that they're successful at a certain certain number of units, but because they haven't built a process, they struggle to grow beyond that. So again, we encourage everybody to build some processes, and it will help you. So I hope if anybody has any questions about that, why we have the intake form, please reach out to me, and we will try to answer those questions. Can everybody see my screen? My the intake form screen, or which screen are you guys seeing? Okay. Okay. So very good. All right. The other thing is we did something new last week or 2 weeks ago. We had Terry did an awesome job explaining the lease. And if you have not looked at the lease option, you really are missing out. I was looking at, or I was just listening to a training video by SunPower. SunPower, of course, is one of the leading solar companies in the nation. 2 years ago, only 8% of the business that SunPower was doing was lease. 8%. Okay, that's 2 years ago. Does anybody want to guess what percentage of their business is lease as of August or September of last year? Anybody have an idea? Okay, so 2 years ago, it was 8%. And now it is, as of August of last year, September, August, it is 80%. Okay, that's huge, right? So so if you've not looked at it, it used to be, in fact, I did the math on it. When we got our solar on our property, we have a 0.99 interest rate. You're not getting a 0.99 interest rate anymore. A lot of the benefits of getting a purchase financing, it's not there anymore. So if you have best financing, you have 4.99. If you have bad, as high as 7.99, maybe even higher than that. And then you have dealer fees that have gone up. So I did the math on this. So if you would have had a $40,000 system installed 2 years ago with a purchase, you would have been paying roughly $183, roughly. Okay. That same system, when you consider the increase in dealer fees and you consider the increase in interest rates, that same system is costing you well over $300 per month. Okay. The other thing, and again, because there's some people I know that on the team that haven't considered leases. The other thing is, here's another advantage that people are not looking at is when you're getting a purchase finance, okay, you have a installer. Let's just say you have a good installer, which that's what we aim to always have good installers, right? You have a good installer, you know, they have let's just say Canadian panels, or they have the Q-cell panels, and then they have the in-phase inverter, and then they have whatever battery, a Tesla battery, whatever it is, and all of them, they have different warranties. They have a different process in case something breaks down. Whereas when you go lease, especially like with SunPower, you're not having to look for what is a warranty. It's all in one place. So there's some advantages. Again, please do not ignore that. And the reason I mention that because we're a direct dealer with SunPower. If you go down here, we now have a lot of training videos. Whoops, wrong one. Okay, so if you look here, I mean, there's quite a bit of stuff. I mean, there's going to be a lot more stuff in there. So if you're not familiar with it, this video right here, it's an hour long. Everybody should watch it. It's just a great video. Any questions on that? Everybody okay? Everybody alive? Okay, I think nobody's out there. All right.
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, muted, sorry.
Okay, all right.
I love that. Absolutely love that. That is amazing that everything's just right there, that we could just click on that thing while we're in the intake form and every answer is right there.
Yeah, there's forms, there's everything there, and there's going to be more. I just started this last week. And now this one does have a different password. So if you want to write it down, or if somebody, Caleb, if you could put it in the inbox or in the chat box, it's SEP Training 1, or is it SEP Training? Yeah, SEP Training 1. So capital S, EP Training 1. So, and if you check again next week, there's going to be a lot more. So, all right. Let's see. All right, I went over all that. Also, we are excited. First time on the call, George Shimrado is with us today. He joins us from Sunrun. We are so happy that you're part of the team, and he's already has appointments. So awesome, and so we're so glad you were part of the team. And then also we have Dana LeBlanc. He joins us. I'm excited. I've known Dana for about 12 years, 13 years. And here's one thing about Dana is anytime you're around him, you're going to get full of energy. He's just an exciting person, just magnetic. So we're glad. But he's been in the solar industry for 15 years, and he's a wealth of knowledge. In fact, I was reading some of the information about him online. He's been up to the top 1% in the nation in solar sales. So that is quite an accomplishment. 1% in the nation in sales. So he's a wealth of knowledge, and we will be hearing from him in a minute. But I mentioned his resume, or some of his distinctions, or some of his qualifications, for a reason, because we are rolling out a new program. It is, in fact, let me pull up my notes. It's a team mentoring program. This is optional for people that are part of the sales team. If you're new to the industry, or you want to take your sales to another level, then we are rolling out a team mentorship program. It's going to be roughly 3 to 5 months, a program where I mean, the quality of experience that Dana has, that Terry has, is just, I mean, we are truly blessed as a company to have a caliber of experience on the team. We have other people on the team. I know, I don't think he's on the call, but Caesar was a regional manager or area regional manager for Sunrun for many years, built successful teams. I believe Renee also built teams, but we have a caliber of people. But we are going to be rolling this out. I know we reached out to Dana, and I believe Terry's also, where they're going to take people, they're going to mentor people. That's invaluable. You can't get that by just watching a video. Okay, hands-on experience, people that have been around the trenches, they've uh they've heard the conversations, the objections, the stalls, the excuses. They probably heard them. And so we will be rolling this out. On Monday, we'll be sending more information on this. There is going to be a shared cost to it. And what I mean by that, because we will be, they do get paid by their time, and the company is going to cover some of the cost. Because we want to make sure, normally when people don't pay anything into it, there's not a whole lot of incentive to really be dedicated to it. So there's going to be some qualifying criteria. So it's going to be limited to each mentor is going to have up to 4 people. We intentionally are doing it this way where they don't have 15, 20 people under them, because you cannot give people focused attention when you're dealing with 10, 15, 20 people, right? Does that make sense? Any questions about that? Anybody
makes
excited
sense.
about it? Yeah, good. Good. So you'll be hearing more about that. I will be, again, if you're logged into your emails, you'll get all the information on it on Monday. So I will be reaching out to everybody that comments about this, and you'll be getting access to your emails if you do not have that. And Dana, I don't see you. I don't see your picture here anymore, but I'm thinking you're online. Do you want to introduce yourself and maybe speak to the team?
Sure, man, I can do that. First of all, I want to say thank you to both you and Isabel very much for the opportunity. It's a pleasure. When you were describing me, I was like, man, who is that guy? Who is he talking about? Oh, it's me. But yeah, I just, I want to say again how much I appreciate the opportunity. I'm very, very excited for what you all are doing with SEP. I believe that, with the caliber of quality, just in character and in personality that you and Isabel, exemplify, that alone is going to get you all far, because there's a lot of junk out in the industry and people are looking for quality. And so thank you very much. I'm super, super excited. So yeah, so I've been in sales now, gosh, for 35 years. Most of that sales experience comes from the B2B sales, which is business to business. I also have experience in D2D, which is door to door. I've been in solar now for 12 years. I wish it was 15 years. And I've worked for some of the larger conglomerates out there. I've been a sales leader. I've been a sales trainer. I have to give a lot of kudos to Miss Terry Loftus, because she is the godmother of solar. She actually she actually got me started in my solar career, and she's been awesome to work with. But yeah, through just my efforts and through my philosophy with sales, number one is, find opportunity where there is no opportunity, right? You turn over every rock, you have every conversation that you can have, and you be sincere with your folks, and you meet deadlines, and you make, commitments, and you keep those commitments, and you really do earn the trust of people. And that's what sales really is all about. It's about building rapport quickly, and being honest with people, and just having that likable personality. Some of us are born with some of those attributes. Some of it's a learned behavior, but through it all, you connect yourself with people that have those skill sets, and that's one thing that I'm really excited about with this program, is that I get to share my knowledge, what I have learned, and what I'm still learning with other folks. It's about serving people. And this year, my personal mantra for 2024 is about serving, and it's about relationships, serving in relationships. And so I'm here to help wherever I can. If you have any questions, you have my phone number. If not, we can get that to you, my email, and I'll just do the best I can to help you close as many deals as possible.
That's awesome. And then I was reading, I like your one of your philosophies is sell like you're selling to your mom. How do you say it?
Yes, yes. So, and can I just kind of tell you what that means for me,
Sure.
right? So I learned early that when I was sitting with someone, either in business or in residential, if you can sell like you're selling to your mother, number one, that's such accountability for yourself,
Mhm.
right? because it doesn't always pan out. It doesn't always pencil out for some people. And it's not about the sale. You know, we're all in sales. We want to make money, but if you're not positioning your customer or your client, should I say, in a better position financially, mentally, then you need to move on. So for me, it's about respect, and it's about, admiration for that person that I'm interacting with. And so, I learned early, if I can just sell like I'm selling to my mom, then I'm going to keep myself accountable and do pretty well for my customers.
Yeah, yeah, and that just shows a level of integrity and ethics, and that's what we try to be as a company. I've said this before, and I truly believe it. And there's no such thing as gray area. Gray areas are usually they're invented to pretty much do something you shouldn't do. There's right and there's wrong, and that's just the way we do business. And I do appreciate you saying that, Dana. I being around, and there's people on this call that have been around in this industry a lot longer, but I'm scratching my head. If some of the things that happen in this industry happen in other industries, people would be in jail.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Because there's so, and so we want to be the company that we do things right all the time. So that's a good, sell like you're selling to your mother, and that's a very strong point there.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Um, so Dana will be one of the mentors, and Terry will be one of the mentors, and it's going to be limited. So you want to let me know if you're interested. We'll be rolling out some more information on Monday on that. The other thing is going back to our lease programs. We are going to we're working on a regular pipeline management process. So if you get any emails, it's going to be from Caleb at Solar Energy Plus. Do not ignore those emails, because it's going to tell you if something's missing in the file, right? So you might wonder, who in the world is Caleb? Well, he's there to help you to make sure that if something's not happening, he's in the portal every day seeing something's missing. So again, if you get an email from Caleb, one, you're selling leases, and two, it's because there's something needed in the file. There's a few things that Terry and I were talking about that we do need to just have a process. There's certain things that are needed in the file. We do need a complete electric bill. So a lot of times what we do is people will take a snapshot of the first page, the second page, but we do need a complete electric bill. The other thing is what a lot of people do is they're sending snapshot pictures of the utility bill. And especially if I don't know how many people know this, but when you have an Android phone and a Apple phone, when you transfer between Android and Apple, the quality of picture is distorted. So somebody can have an Apple phone and they're looking at the picture, wow, that looks good. And then somebody on the other end saying, it's too blurry, take it again. Well, that's not going to solve it. It's still going to be, the quality is not going to transfer over between Apple and Android or vice versa. Okay. So there's an app. In fact, let me share my screen. Okay. There's an app. It's called Cam Scanner. Can everybody see that on my screen? Okay, this is a free app. Now, I've been using this about 10, 15 years. This is very important, because if you click continue right here, it's automatically going to take you into the cycle of it's wanting to charge you an annual fee. Right from the very first page, when this pops up, click up here, and you're not going to see anything about charging. So I tried it again just to make sure that it's still free, and it is free. So, but again, if you click continue, because I've been telling people about Cam Scanner for many years. And the reason I say this is because when you're taking a picture of a utility bill, one, you're using up your phone space, okay? This right here is if there's 5 or 6 pages that you're taking pictures of, it creates it into a single PDF, okay? So 5, 6 pages, instead of you sending pictures, and on that app, it allows you to email it, text it, however you want to do it. Does that make sense? So it's just a free app. So again, we're trying to make sure that we don't have things that are delaying our leases needlessly. So go ahead and do that. The other thing, and Terry, if you want to, I didn't write notes myself, and I know you and I discussed it. What other best practices would you suggest on our leases?
So I was actually making a checklist for you.
Okay.
Of what would be a great thing for expected One thing is that electric bill, not to rehash that again, but it is important for a couple reasons. One, when you take a picture and I upload the picture, it doesn't always work for SunPower. So I actually need the entire clear PDF of it. But also if you ask for the whole electric bill, it helps you to be able to do something called kill the bill, where you can just beat up that electric bill and how terrible it is in their current situation. And it's a selling technique for solar. And I'm sure, you know, George over there who worked for Sunrun, or Renee, they probably are, and of course Dana, right? They already know that you want to kill the bill. But if you're newer and you don't really know how to do that, I asked Isabel if we could do just a training on that. But if you get the entire electric bill, it will help you in your sales process already. So that's a super positive thing. Okay, sorry, back on track. I'm just like, that's so do that. Okay. So the other thing is when you're doing any type of sale, not just a lease, but any type, there's going to be somebody that is the person on title. And so you don't have surprises later. You want to always know, is this person on title? When we do a SunPower lease, it'll check the title. So I'll push the little button, and it'll tell me who's on title. And when I send the proposal, I've been saying, hey, we need a full electric bill. Here's who's on title, and I'll take a screenshot of it and stick that in the email for you so you know. But that's really important to know who's on title of the electric bill. Another important thing would be emails. So if you're writing down somebody's email address and you're not sure you have it correct, it might be good to have them, if you're with them, to, you know, you're generating the lead, have them just quickly send you an email so you see it, because sometimes they put .com and it's .net, or you're assuming it's .com and you put that on there. And I have one right now where I'm waiting for the correct email address because they're not getting the credit. And so when we send the credit link, like when you're ready to close, we need to be able to send the credit link. And if we don't have the correct email address, it kind of bounces. And then if it's after 7, I can't get help with it. If there's something, you know, if we send it a certain amount of times, we need to go to SunPower to send it. So heads up, make sure you get that correct email address. And then let me write that down, address. So also who's on the electric bill. Sometimes there's maybe a husband and wife looking at going solar, and we're doing this under the husband's name, and you might not have that electric bill yet, or you've just got the first page. It's important to know who's on the electric bill, because that when we request the interconnection documents, it'll be on there. So if you can get that electric bill up front, that would be fantastic. And then the final expectation, and I'm not trying to make it difficult, these are kind of things on a typical sales job anyway. So if you're new to residential solar, this is going to help you the whole way through. But with a battery, so it's really exciting with a SunPower lease. There's different size batteries out there, right? There's 3 kilowatt or 5 kilowatt, 10 kilowatt. The SunPower one is actually a 13 kilowatt battery. So that's a nice size battery. The other thing is that they do it as a battery backup. So sometimes when people are looking at solar and getting a battery, they'll be getting batteries that are maybe battery storage. So if the grid goes down, they don't have electricity. They're just like all their neighbors without power because they didn't get the battery with the backup. And so when you do a SunPower lease, they actually do the backup as well, which is nice because, you know, if you just get a battery storage and the grid goes down, you don't have the ability to have power in the outage. And the reason why they have the battery as storage instead of battery backup is when it's storage, they can just stick it on the wall and they're all done. They can call it a day. You know, the power goes into the battery. But when you have a storage, you have to put the things that it needs to back up. So those circuits that, you know, you want to have the microwave be able to work in the power outage, they have to make sure that the microwave is backed up. So it's a very time-consuming process. And some companies don't want to go through that. So they'll just do it as a storage rather than a backup. So with SunPower, they actually want to back up that. It's kind of an extra service that they're getting by getting the SunPower system. So they want to be able to back up those circuits, but they need to know what circuits are the most important. So when I send you the proposal and I say, okay, hey, here's some reminders of what we need, attached to that email is also the SunPower Volt checklist. And it's basically, it's called a checklist, but you're actually not checking, you're numbering. So it'll say, here's a list of everything that you can back up. Can you rate the importance? Like if it's important, put the number 1, the next important, put the number 2, and just go down the list rating. And if it's not important, don't fill it out. But this way, SunPower knows what's really important to your homeowner. I know it's an extra step and it takes some time, but they do get the battery backup with it. And so it's an extra benefit to your customer, and they need to know what's important to do that. If you have any questions on the checklist, feel free to call me and I can help you out through it. But that's why they need it, is it's not just the storage, it's actually to be a blessing to your family, is to back up their power in an emergency.
And
that's everything.
The battery checklist is on the sales portal under forms, so you'll be able to download it right there. And one more thing, Terry, you had mentioned that if a sales rep is going to have an appointment and they know what time that appointment is, if they let you know, you'll try to be available in case they need to make any modifications. Is that correct?
Yeah. So one of the reps, we have several sales. Good job, guys! Yay! So they told me that they were going to be in home. So I literally will sit and just focus on not being distracted or in a home or something. And I will sit there with my computer ready to roll and see, what's happening with it. So I can let people know, okay, credit is passed, or hey, in one of the recent sales that we have, I won't say any names who closed it, but good job to you. But they were there and we were on the phone together running credit. And then I said, hey, it's coming back that it's not the complete social security number. Can you ask them for the last 5 of the social? And while we're in chat, I'm chatting with SunPower help desk to find out what's going on with that credit pending. So instead of the rep being by themselves and, credit pending, okay, I'll check back with you tomorrow or whatever it is. I'm in the chat going, okay, it's coming back credit pending. Why is that? Oh, they mistyped the social security number. And so we don't, it looks like we know who it is and they're going to pass, but we don't know because the social security number was incorrect. So then I was able to get that from the rep and then go forward. And I think another one, all we needed was a driver's license. So it's pretty easy to handle things right there and get it done rather than leaving it hanging. And so if we're in communication like that, then it can help your deal go a lot faster. So yeah, if you give me a heads up, you put when your appointment is, I put it on my calendar, so I'm available to be able to help you in the process. So feel free to call me if you have any questions, or I know somebody else said, hey, I need to make changes to the system size. I'm in home now, and we found out that this is actually what we need, not what was designed. And I was like, no problem, let's fix that. And I was able to just fix it real quick, and then there we go. So yes, please let me know when you're in the home so I can be ready, because I still like to sell solar too. And I want to be available. So if I know, okay, you've got an appointment on Saturday, I'm going to make sure that I'm not out canvassing with Dana to get that. To get, a Saturday appointment, I need to be sitting in front of my computer.
Yeah, and you'll just want
Renee, I wasn't going to say anything, but look at Renee's typing, helping you close your deal. Well, Renee, good.
Awesome. Yeah, so when you fill out the intake form, if you know what time your appointment's going to be, just go ahead and put it under right here. Pretty much any information you want to share, actually right there. Any information you want to share, just put it under additional information. So, Monday at 4 o'clock, whatever it is, go and put it, this all transfers over. And it just, yeah, that's a great, that'll help be more effective on the sales. The other thing is, Terry, did you mention it's a good practice to take a copy of their ID?
That would be super helpful, is to have a picture of their ID, because we did have a sale where we needed the ID. And so you want to upload the ID if you can, or when you're in home, just mail it. But one thing is we need to verify that that's who we're talking to is the person on the ID. So that would be helpful for them to be able to do that. The other little thing which would help you in any sale that you're going to do is that sometimes people have unpermitted structures. And when I'm requesting for a proposal, I'm doing the final design on it, but with SunPower, they'll actually do kind of like a shading analysis. They'll do the whole thing of, where could panels go in the shading. And so when you're talking to a customer, they may have, the structure on the side. And when I'm requesting the proposal, I'm asking that they build it on every roof plane, and I'm going to look at what's going to produce the most energy. Sometimes people have unpermitted structures, and so we don't want to put solar on an unpermitted structure because it doesn't exist in the eyes of California. So when you're pulling permits, they're going to not know that there's a structure there. So in that little note box, if you know that there's an unpermitted structure on the property, maybe just say, don't put it on the barn. Then I won't put it on the unpermitted structure. Dana, I noticed your hand up. Did you have a question for me or someone else?
So I didn't have a question. I was going to wait until you were done. Great information, by the way, but I wanted to just kind of give a couple points to the team for those that were kind of new to the industry in regards to sizing your system and sizing the battery.
Okay, Adam, did you have anything else, or does anybody else have anything for me?
No, that's great information. I believe everybody has Terry's contact information. Also, everybody's email is the same. It's a first name at Solar Energy. I forgot for a second. First name at solarenergyplus.net. So if you don't have a phone number, you definitely have her email. And and if you need her phone number, we can get that for you. Go ahead, Dana. There was something you want to share.
Yeah, I mean, I hope I'm not overstepping my bounds here, but it's important that everyone remembers that the policies with PG&E in particular have changed as of April. Okay, so how we used to sell solar under the NEM2 policy is different how we're selling solar under the NEM3 policy. Number one, it's very important that when you're sizing that system, that you're sizing the system accurately. And how you do that is not only are you getting a copy of that bill, but you need to also get their actual usage for their 12-month consumption. Okay, and you can do that a number of ways by, if they have an account, you can log into the PG&E account, or you can call PG&E and you'll need their account number along with the last four of their social, and you can get their exact usage. Okay, so that's very important. And then number two, when you're sizing that battery, a good rule of thumb, Terry mentioned that there is a battery which is called an arbitrage battery, meaning that there's no battery backup to it. It's just for evening consumption. And then there's battery backup or a grid tied battery. Okay, so when you're sizing that battery, you want to remember the NEM3 policy, because where they used to be on a 12-month true up, now they're on a month-to-month billing cycle. So it was called true up or net metering. Now it's called net billing, and they're getting that monthly billing for that evening usage. And so if you don't size the system accurately, or you don't put enough battery on that system, then they're going to still have a certain amount of their energy that they're producing or that they're needing to produce in the evening time. Okay, so it's important to remember those two things. So actual usage, and then for the battery, if you're sizing, the rule of thumb is typically for every 1.5 of kilowatt that they're consuming, you need 2 kilowatts for battery. Okay, so you just want to remember that. So you're sizing that battery, or that you're sizing the battery for that system accurately, because you don't want them to end up with 2 bills. A happy customer is going to be a happy customer for life, and next year or in 6 months, if you don't do it, they're going to be calling you and you're going to be bad news. So that's pretty much it.
No, that's great information. That's very good information. Again, for those who are new to the industry, those are the information that's going to help you. So if you're looking at a mentor, that's another reason. They have the information. So take advantage of that. So I'm going to transfer it over to Isabel. The reason I took lead on this call is because her voice is gone like mine, but so she was trying to rest her voice. So Isabel, you're on the call, right? I don't see, I think it's the iPhone. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see you. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm just going to be very, very quickly just transferring over. Am I still breaking up?
No,
Okay.
no, you're
Just
good
gonna
now.
okay, cool. I'm just going to transfer over really quickly to commercial just a little bit. And now Mike in Florida, they'd probably not using batteries back out there, Mike. So some of this is a California PG&E thing. So, and he's aware of that. So in commercial, on every single project, most of you don't know, or actually most of you do know, some of you just knew Nathan Kern. He is on the call. He's on the call right now. He is our executive commercial manager. And he does excellent in, he's an engineer. He's actually an owner of his own engineering company. But he is the executive commercial manager. If you have questions about commercial projects, please text Nathan or myself, and we will get you Nathan's information. It's always good to ask, can, a carport fit here, and send a picture or anything like that, because as you know, commercial, one mistake can cost $10,000 to $20,000 or more. So if you have any questions, please call him, text him. He will be available. He is going to be the manager on every commercial project. His experience with commercial in the commercial world is just, it's just a wise thing for us as a company to make sure that we have our own commercial manager on our commercial projects. Even if we do have either in-house installers or subcontracting installers on those particular projects. So he'll always be a part of every commercial project, and so please text him. I will leave his number in line or on the online here, or text it to everyone. But Nathan, you want to just quickly introduce yourself?
Uh, yeah, sure. Just I'm excited about all the opportunity. Can you see me okay or no? There we go. There we go. Yeah, I'm excited about all the projects that are coming online. It seems like things are really taking off, especially in the commercial world. Now, commercial, of course, is a little different than residential. We kind of have to slow down a little bit. There's a lot more balls in the air when you're dealing with large wires going in the ground, transformers, etc. Plus all the charging stations that are kind of becoming the common state with all the commercial projects that we are doing. So I'm super excited just to dive into it. I'm available. I want to walk every project, even if it's something that you're looking to close. If you can call me, I'll be glad to meet you. I'm based out of the San Jose area, but I can come pretty much anywhere in the state, and we can walk through. If it looks like it's a good project, let's walk it. Let's kind of work together, make our proposal for commercial, which is a little different than residential. Commercial, you have kind of one shot sometimes to sit down with these people and get it right. So we need to make sure that we have it designed properly. Our presentation includes financing and either a loan, PPA, or a straight out purchase. We need to have all that kind of covered so the options are there, especially for like the church groups that we're working with and anything that's like that, because they need options, because a lot of times they're making decisions as committees, as board. It's not the homeowner sitting across the table. It's a little bit of a different strategy. So we'll work more and talk more about that, but I'm here to help with whatever you want to have help. My cell number also is 206-261-6698. And if you didn't get that, you can, of course, just ask Isabel or something, but it's going to be great. Like I said, I'll answer what I can answer, and I'd love to come meet and walk through any project that you have, and let's make it happen and have some fun with it.
All right, thanks. And our financing does cover all 50 states. So if there's churches in other states, in Florida, any commercial projects, we can also have them funded and then get in touch with installers in other states as well. So the utility bills, just one last thing on this, utility bills, when it comes to commercial, we can get one utility bill, but if you're going to get one utility bill, we are going to need the tax ID their tax ID to pull up the rest of the 11. Okay, so I know sometimes pulling 12-month statements, we cannot generate a proposal without 12-month statements. It just doesn't work in commercial. We can't get by without it. They will reject a proposal if they feel that we did not, use 12 months of usage. The demand charges oftentimes, we don't know what they are in 1 or 2 or even 6 months. So we just have to get all 12 months. So if you can't get the 12 months or use your utility API, if you don't have that account set up, we set that link up about a week or so ago. If you have now, there it is. It just popped up. That's the best way of doing it. Now, when you click that link, if you're in front of your customer and it's a commercial deal, if you click that link, all the customer has to do is type in or put in their username and their password of the utility company. So when they generate a proposal for if they're in the PG&E district and they have to create a PG&E account, right? Just like residential has their PG&E account, their username and password to get in there. The utility API, all they have to do is put in their username and their password and click I authorize and click send. And all it will do, it will shoot us all 12 months statements in one shot. It will come right back to the dashboard on the utility API account. That's the easiest way of doing it. But if they still an issue with that, we can get one utility bill, but on the utility bill, just write their tax ID number on it. And then we can go back into the PG&E and get it themselves on that. Any questions on the utility bill or utility API before I move on?
That was great.
Isabel,
Thanks.
yeah, that's great information. I will say this for on commercial deals, depending on the industry, if it's a church or if it's a manufacturer, that demand usage is going to be very, very important. And so, we can also get the green button data if they're in the PG&E territory. It may be different for utility to utility, but in PG&E we can get that demand usage. I can actually put a training video together for you to that you can share on the website to show how to get that demand usage, because it's different than the actual consumption usage, and it can give us an interval of 15 minutes for the entire year. So I can show the team how to do that as well, specifically for commercial deals.
Awesome. Thank you.
Utility API, when you sign up for account, so you go to utilityapi.com, your customer, what you're wanting. You're wanting just the 12-month statements, or you're wanting your 15-minute intervals. You will click 15-minute link. So when they do when they do get their account, so when you get your utility API, when you send it to your customer, what you're requesting, just request the 15-minute intervals. Does that make sense, guys? The API can't
Yes.
the 15 minutes. So when they're asking to 15-minute intervals on that. Yeah.
You're breaking up a little bit, Isabel.
Isabel, I have a question. But
Can't hear you, Isabel.
yeah, Isabel's frozen.
It says full bars.
Oh, there you are. I can hear you, but
I
your picture.
can't hear you, Terry.
You can't hear me?
I can't hear you.
I'm unmuted. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you
No.
just
Can
fine.
you hear me?
Oh no, so Dana can't hear me, but you can hear me, Isabel?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, you were frozen there for a moment. Okay, just a quick question. So I clicked the link, went to the website, and it says utility data made easy, and then it says sign up, schedule demo, utility coverage, and then there's a login button in the upper right. So am I logging in to this with the customer's info, or do I sign up myself first and then log in as myself and then get their information to check it?
Yes, you're gonna create your own account.
Okay,
Because when you create your own account, it'll give you a dashboard, and that dashboard would allow you to see all of the what you sent your customer, what you're requesting of your customer, and when your customer gives you the authorization, it'll pop up into that dashboard.
okay,
Yeah.
got it. So I sign up first and then get it from them. Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Isabel,
All
you
right.
broke up when you were talking about the demand usage. Can we get demand usage from this same link as well?
Yes, it's in
Okay.
15-minute
Okay.
intervals will give you demand
Okay.
usage. Let's see. Okay, so my last thing that I wanted to discuss was the permits now for commercial and commercial is going to be in-house. So we have our own permitting to expedite commercial projects because those can take some time. We have a company that we just integrated to save us at least a month, I would say a month and a half of our commercial projects. We were going to be doing our own permits for that. So that's another reason why to make sure on the front end and you know and Nathan on the project is to make sure that when we submit our permits and our engineering and all of that plans that everything goes and it's correct and it passes inspections and we don't have to wait on the installers to get back to us and you know that whole bit that a large aspect of the commercial is going to be done in-house. And the only thing that we actually are going to be waiting on is going to be our financing proposal. Really, it takes longer to get a proposal on most things than it is going to be to generate permits.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was
all
going to
right.
say on the commercial too, those when we make mistakes like that, it's a lot harder and a lot longer to turn it back around because sometimes, like I said, it's committees or people that are management or volunteer. It's not just like going to somebody's house and getting the information or calling them up. So it's real important that we have that checklist and we get everything dialed in right as much as we can from the start, so we're not working backwards.
Yep. All right, if we don't have anything else on commercial, I'm just going to pass this back over to Adam and move on with the meeting, and we're good to go.
All righty, well, I didn't have anything else to share. So anybody have any thoughts? Let's open it up. I know Dejan we had a meeting on Tuesday at a motel in Concord. So great job, Dejan. So we're already submitted everything on that one. And Mike is staying busy. He said he's sending out letters to churches and just letters he wrote are just great. So I'm actually stealing some of his work and making it available to anybody so that way they can send them out. So we have activity happening, and Renee's doing well. Caesar's doing, has a lot of activity. So great job. And I know George has some appointments. So that's good. It's very, very good. So anybody have anything to share before we end the call today? I think it's close to 10 o'clock in Florida right now, but any thoughts, Mike?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Caesar, how are
Hi,
you doing?
Isabel. Hi. I just want to say thank you. I really enjoy this team, especially Isabel and her husband. They helped me a lot on my first close on the commercial. I don't know nothing about commercial, but I want to learn more about it. And I say thank you guys for helping me and close on Bakersfield. I'm really happy to close the first one. So one of the more that we working on that.
Yeah, so
Thank you so much.
Caesar has 7 restaurants that they all said yes already. So awesome job, Caesar. He's gonna take us all out for a nice dinner. So awesome job, Caesar. Great job.
No, thank you.
Great.
No. I want to learn more about commercial. I'm doing for 5 years on the residential, so I'm excited to get more deals. I get 2 today I sent it to Isabel.
Oh
today.
wow, that's great.
That's awesome, Caesar. I'm excited to come down and hang out with you a little bit.
Yep.
It would definitely be worth the trip to go out there. It's the taco shops, the restaurants are amazing. Carports, EV chargers. I mean, it's going to be a great project. I'm so excited to work on that with you. So thank you for the opportunity.
No,
Awesome.
thank you guys for for this opportunity to go with you guys. I was looking, I say, Isabel, I was looking to get really good company because, you know, like as a rep, we are afraid that they don't gonna pay us like the other guy that they don't pay me 30,000. So I just happy to work with you guys.
Thank you.
Awesome. Anybody else have anything?
Am I heard? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. I just want to, thank you guys for everything. I really enjoyed this. Regret missing the last meeting now. And I look forward. I come from sales since 2003, from car sales. So I look forward to working with an ethical company that does things the right way. So hopefully to a bright future. God willing.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good. All righty. So you'll be hearing from me again. If you have not had access to your emails, go ahead and try it out. And if you cannot access it, send me a text and I will send you all the information by tomorrow. So very good. Very good. Did I see Renee? No. Gloria, did you need access to your emails? Was it Gloria?
It was Renee. It was Renee.
Oh, okay. All right. Renee. Okay, very good. All right. I guess we'll call it. And again, welcome, George. Welcome, Dana. And thank you all for this time. We'll talk later. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
See ya.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.